Trung Sisters and their most recent buff really helped define like what playstyle they have always been trying to do. I have always been like an enjoyer of Dioscuri over Trung Sisters. I always enjoyed like their face guard shenanigans for how good like their face guards start getting, because of the res down, along with like the arts and quick cards getting buffed. Our Trung Sisters, like they were always a different play style. I don't think that like it's worth worrying about buster cards for them. I always just think like just art spam. Like you'll get more out of it than trying to like mix and match how their kick goes. And it works like far more than Dioscuri. Because Dioscuri, you want to be clicking all of Dioscuri's cards. It's in like the description of the first skill. So putting them in a stall comp, it just doesn't usually work for Dioscuri, unless Dioscuri is pretty much able to refund solely off their own MP. And even still, you're not taking advantage of Dioscuri's like kit at that point. So for Trung Sisters, it's always been a little different because they always had more multi-core utility in the first place. So again, Trung Sisters, they're just gonna be more universally used now. Damn shame they fucked Dioscuri over this hard. Because before the gap was like Dioscuri at least refunded enough with their face guard that they didn't necessarily need a battery. Now, Trung Sisters makes it so like if you're in a stalled team, there's no reason you should be using Dioscuri if you have Trung Sisters. All right, let us get started. Base attack, it is at a very good number, almost 12k, 11.8k, almost 11.9. HP, also a little hot. Yeah, no, not a little bit higher. It is higher, and it didn't need to take away that much from the attack. Star rate, Sargen, saber numbers, MP charge 0.43%. Don't worry about how low this looks. It gets a lot better, and again, you're going to be doing a lot of arts chains, and it either involves their face guard or you're spamming the shit out of Tom Mo's MP. Mostly spamming the shit out of Tom Mo's MP. 4 hit on arts, like these aren't good at all. Like you need all of Trung Sisters buffs for these arts card who feel like good, which is again why I say for like a stall, you're gonna want Castori and Talamo, because you want as high uptime on Trung Sister and all their buffs as possible. You do not want any of them down, because then the spam will deteriorate very quickly. Luckily, like Tamamo like pretty much tops off Trung Sisters after the MP, to the point that like any enemy hit probably cleans them up, and then you have all the extra batteries flying around from both Trung Sister and Castoria. So yeah, in practice, like it's always been a very clean, consistent like run strat. Just not the fastest. First skill, 15% attack up for the entire party with a 15% arts buff to go with it. Would be nice if these were at 20, but I understand why they're not at 20. Like this is damn close to like what Taikobo does, and even then that his first skill, like that's always resulted in more damage. So real quick, I'll just bring up the calculator. Like this is more like, in terms of damage, this is more than a 30% arts up, I believe, in like pure stat value, like across all of his cards, not just arts. Times 1.45. Yes, very slightly over what just 30% of one of these would be. Second skill, another 15% arts, 15% buster for 3 turns, and then an on attack buff. When you use a buster card, you get Oh, sorry. When you use a Buster card, you get 10% arts for it for a turn. If you use an arts card, you get 10% Buster for a turn. I really hate this part about it because I never like. I'm only going to be leading with my Buster card. I don't even like Mighty Chains with Trung Sisters at all. Like this quick art, I do not like touching it. You're either going to lead your MP with your Buster card, so the MP does more damage, or you're really not going to worry about this. You're going to MP first, and then follow up with Tamamo, Castoria, or like their MPs, or like Art's face cards behind it. This is on a 4-turn cooldown, so again, really why I want to hammer home that you should be using Tamamo with Trung Sisters. They have very, very low cooldowns, like 5, 4, 6. Like if you're the better uptime you have, like you're double stacking these effects. This 15% turns into a 30% Arts and Buster. That looks significantly better. It's part of the issues why like buffing this skill is going to be hard for them, because it's already on a 4-turn. They like it's pretty much expected that you're double stacking to make this more effective. Yeah, like if you're this one is going to be a lot harder to double stack. You might need a little more cooldown reduction to get that going though. But there are a lot of sources of cooldown reduction now, a lot more than before. All right, third skill. Before it was a 30% battery, 20% MP gain for the party, and 20% crit attack resistance for 3 turns. For multi-core, she was just straight up better than Dioscuri. In fact, this is like she is the unit I use to get my Morgan to Bond 9 on NA. It was literally like 2 months straight of me just multi-coring with Morgan, or probably more than 2 months, but a long time. Like Trung Sisters release, I think that was after Bunny event. Yeah, no, this is just a blur. But yeah, I pretty much leveled Trung Sisters and Morgan by just doing multi-core, and this was like super helpful for like getting that, like making sure Morgan, like the card she needs, gets her enough refund. Yeah, like just having party MP generate really helps install teams. Like it really helped Castoria get back to her MP. It helped and now they buffed it. So they increased so party buff removal resistance 1 time 3 turns. So key that it says that it's a party buff removal, not herself. This is the ultimate protection for Castoria. Her weakness has always been if she gets buff removed, she's fucked. I know that's the case for every servant in the game, but Castoria in particular, because of how strong Solemn Defense is, if she gets buff removed, it is 0 to 100 instantly. She will get like crit down by like Berserkers and Riders at that point. The other thing, increases party's overcharge 1 stage for 1 time 3 turns. Again, this is something for Invincible comp. You get overcharge, and it's easier for Castoria to get more stacks of solid defense. You keep this on a low downtime, and like you can very cyclically have like 4 stacks of solemn defense, and as long as you keep like spamming Tamamo's MP, you are just gonna have a really good time. Buff removal goes up to 100% too, so like most buff removal is like 100%, so this is gonna pretty much completely neg it unless they have another source that increases the chance, in which case you really can't do anything about that at that point. Like So having 100% buff removal resistance, again, it's not going to stop you if it is like a 500% chance. It's not like you can't evade mechanics like that. Uh, yeah, but this is like just really nice for any kind of stall strat. Like the main weakness is now gone. Especially because if you happen to have this at like a good uptime, there's almost no time that someone can get buff room, as long as it's not being spammed. I have to preface that if you're fighting Vargas, you're fucked. Vargas and her second skill as a enemy boss is one of the scariest shits in the game, because unless you're bringing taunters in every turn, Vargas is just going to be ripping your buffs apart. Like, you pretty much have to be sportsing like people that have like buff removal like spam on skills. All right, passive skills, 17.5% magic resist. Sorry, debuff resistance for magic resistance B, riding B for 8% quick, and divinity for tickle. You're gonna want mana loading. It makes it easier for your Castoria's batteries, and basically it's just a clean start. If you're not plug suiting anyone in, it's Castoria, Tomo, and Trung Sisters on Atlas Mystic Code for like a little bit extra cooldown reduction to just get the train like rolling really quickly. Skill reloading to also help that process, because then if you're like, her skill goes to a 3-turn cooldown, that is definitely 100% uptime, and it truly makes it easier to get your just rotation going. I don't recommend anything else. I don't like Trung Sisters as like main, like not main DPS, but like full on DPS where they're going for Brave Chains. Like, that's what extra attack is for. And if you're hitting your extra attack with Trung Sisters, my opinion, you're kind of doing it wrong. For stall, if it is main DPS Trung Sisters, then yeah, this is fine. I just think like their strength truly is like MP spamming and like basically a new invincible comp, because they pretty much have the invincible comp. Morgan's a little easier with it because every time she MPs, she gives overcharge. Well, this one you kind of have to wait, but at the same time, Morgan in CQs, she needs to be getting her arts guards to be able to spam her MP. She will only have, otherwise she's relying on her own batteries and Castoria's. Merlin a little bit too, but not, oh no, not Merlin, the Avalon a little bit too. But yeah, no, Trung Sisters is just gonna like do stall stuff and kill it faster. So no complaints here. MP, 9-hit single target. Everyone in the party gets 1000 heal per turn. So this makes it so even if Castoria's Solemn defense goes down, Tomomo is getting hit a bunch, you still have healing per turn along with Tomomo's like chunk of healing. And then everyone's arts and buster goes up 10%, scaling up to 30%, and that lasts for 3 turns. Again, the more art spamming you're doing, the better like this is gonna feel. Like Castorius and Tomo's MP will consistently have like, they'll consistently have like a 20-30 arts buff at all times, which like in most stall comps is way more than they usually have. You are not popping arts buffs on your supports at all in a stall comp. If you are, what the fuck are you actually doing? Like, only exception to that, I guess, could be Tomomo, just because like it would make it a little easier for her to spam her MP if her refund was better. But no. See, you put all your buffs under your DPS. This is basic FGO 101 shit. And finally, Bond CE, again, 10% arts and buster while she's on the field. I'm not gonna lie. This buff does push her above Dioscuri. So when we get to tier list time, I'm probably gonna bump Trung Sisters into EX. The reason being is just like for single target art sabers, this is gonna be the pinnacle for stall. Like I don't think you can actually get better for a stall team that actually supposed to not last for 100 turns. Like you use Trung Sisters, Tomo, and Castoria, you're stalling, but you're still actually doing a lot of damage. Especially because you can run Black Rail on Trung Sisters. The refund is just that good. You don't have to worry about any other CEs. If you need to give them Invo Pierce, there's that. There are some Invo Pierce CEs that give like a modicum amount of defense down. But yeah. I'm happy I got them on my main account, but me personally, I still like Dioscuri more. Are Trung Sisters worth a summon? It really depends. Like, if you don't like Dioscuri's playstyle, you probably would enjoy Trung Sisters a little more. All right. That's it for me this morning. Rider tier list should be out today too. Happy Turkey Day for everyone in the US, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.